Okay, this is April 9th. Practice frequency is about once a week now, and I'm basing that off of a practice session I did last Saturday. It's Saturday again. Went better than I expected last week. Nowhere near as good as it should be for the WJF retro performance. So let's see if I improved just by practicing once a week ago and then taking 6-7 days off. All right, here's my sweet spot right here. This is going about as well as it did last week. Feels about the same. But you know, once I get a little warmed up, who knows, it might feel better than I felt last week when I was warmed up. We'll just start with some higher throws, making sure I don't move my feet at all, so I can see where the problems arise in the throws. You notice, although I'm not moving my feet, there's still a lot of mistakes you can make and correct for without moving your feet, but they're minimal compared to the ones where you do move your feet. I mean, some of these, like if I catch a ball like that, you know, most of the time people would just move their feet, you know, so that they're still catching in the right position. But the problem is that you're just constantly in motion and never learning how to make good throws. So although you're catching in the right position, you're not throwing them to the right position to catch, and that's why you're, see, moving your body. I probably need a break right now anyway. Whew, that was tough. It's good cardio. Don't let anybody ever tell you differently. This is going to take a little while to warm up. I'm going to go a little low right now to build up my, to warm up my speed. Got to warm up my Dan Bennett skills. Got to be able to do this while driving in a car. All right. So after I get my basic 5-ball pattern at a 7-ball height going with relative ease, and I've warmed up the high throws, and then we'll just work in some higher throws where a 360 might go, like a 3-up, 3-up. Ah, that was nice. Maybe 2 connected. So these exercises are pretty boring, probably just as boring to watch, especially when they're not perfect. I like watching exercises when they're perfect, but watching somebody struggle to get some basic exercises is bloody boring. Let's try the 6x4. Whoops. There we go. So far, I think I'm confirming that you need to practice more than 1 time a week to make progress. This feels about the same as it did last week. Got to do this twice a week. That was an interesting side swap. Oh, wait, no. That felt better for about 1.5 throws. No bouncing, no bouncing. I hate bouncing. Just move the arms. I don't like telegraphing that I'm about to throw something. It just comes out of the arms. You know, compare that to people who do that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just set them free, but don't go with them. Just as natural as ever. Oh, I hate that. Really hate that. I hate that, where the ball just kind of, it's touching your hand, but it's not in your palm, it's rolling around. Just get in my hand. No, no, no. Boy. No. Something like that. And the transition into it. Okay, transition in, transition out. With a little walking, because, hey, got to use the whole stage to be entertaining. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Why not? And from the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Yeah, I'm moving my feet because you know what? No one's training me. If someone were standing here saying, hey, don't move your feet, I probably wouldn't. It's hard to make yourself do it. You have to care a lot more than I do right now. This is a retro routine. I'm not trying to win anything. I'm competing against myself, which, by today's standards, is very easy to do. I think I'm going to do very well. All right, let's move on to overhead throws. 10 throws, and then back out. Transition in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy crap, that was embarrassing. That's a little better. Let's start from the other side. Ah, that's nice. That's crap, but it's still going. It's long-lasting crap. It's a little low in here for 975s, but let's see. Well, I guess, okay. Might be too low for a 97531. It's high enough for a really low 97531. I don't do those anyway, and those didn't exist in the retro routines, but I like to do it as a warm-up. See, oh, yeah, that's too high. I'm gonna have to do this really low. Truncated. Ugh, there. All wrist, crappy, nothing to benefit from that. How about some 180s? What the hell kind of turn was that? Set up your feet. There we go. Jesus. Just threw it and tried to just force my way around. Line up your, whoop, hey, fucker. Okay, look, watch my feet. Watch my feet, okay. So, normal juggling position, feet underneath the shoulders, also known as shoulder width apart. Line up the foot you're going to pivot on behind the other foot. Boom. And then it just kind of works itself out on the other end. Space your feet apart, regain your balance. But you also want to time it. You don't want to be standing here for too long and try to balance yourself, right? So you want to time it for when the throws are almost over your head, or actually right when you're about to throw. Yeah. See that? Right when I throw the first, I line up my foot position right with throwing the first high throw of the 180. Why am I teaching now? I'm just trying to get ready for a competition. Well, I'm not dropping them, which according to Penn is good enough. Oh, that was kind of nice. I think I want to stop on that one. You know, once you get a good one, don't beat it to death. You're only going to get worse from there. Stop, remember it. Maybe you'll be able to do it again someday. Oh, I know. Let's work on these. Always a sense of accomplishment whenever I work on these. And audiences like this way more than something that actually requires skill. Hey, that's better this week. I could not do that last week. The entangled multiplex throws. This one. Yeah, couldn't do that very well last week. This week, it's my ace in the hole. Speaking of ace in the hole, let's try the ass catches. Now, I did do an ass catch. I finally got it last week. It took forever. Just start with the ass catch. Actually, I'll start with the catch behind the back. Seems like a good first step. And then, hey, first try. Okay, that's good. I'll try it with 4. Oh, well, I fondled it a little bit in there. There we go. Whoop, hit the ceiling, but unfazed. Okay. Whoop, back into the passing zone pretzel. Not good enough. It's really important that those 4 are spaced out perfectly. You can't ignore them. You can't just focus more on the ass catch and just chuck the other balls up. Those have to be set up perfectly so that you have a better chance of re-entering the pattern. It's not just about catching the ass catch. It's about re-entering the pattern after you catch the ass catch. So throw the ass catch throw a little bit higher so that you have time to follow through and look at those 4 throws. Yeah, my tendency is usually to cut the last throw short and not follow through because I'm too worried about getting to the ass catch. So that's why if the ass catch throw is higher, you have more time to follow through with the last throw before you go down to catch it. I sometimes employ a visualization technique where, although I'm no longer looking up when I make the 4th throw, I'm still visualizing what the first 3 look like and then doing the placement in my head and transferring that to my arm. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, that should be ready in about 8 months. The retro routines allowed you to make connections with a setup throw. So you didn't have to learn the move starting from your less dominant hand, which means you can connect a 3-up 360 to a 5-up 360, back to a 3-up 360. Whoa. And ball just really wanted to go on the floor. And not have to learn it from the left hand at all, which I'm so happy about now in preparing for the retro routine. So I just have to work on these connections. 3-up, 5-up, and 3-up. That's better. Actually, no, it's about the same. Just for fun, let's see how my 3-ups are doing starting from the left hand. Okay, I practiced those a little bit. It feels familiar. Let's see if the 5-up feels familiar. Yeah. Feels familiarly crappy. You know, the most important throw for me is the second throw. Whoops, assuming none of them hit the ceiling. So that second throw is too low, and that's what usually happens. Too wide, too low. Goddamn MMX Plus balls. All right, well, not great, but hey, better than I was doing in 2004. Speaking of better than 2004, let's try to connect 2 360s the way we do it in competitions now. So no setup throws. We'll just do a 3-up to a 3-up. 3-up. Okay, that's pretty simple. How about the 5-ups? Whoop. Now, if your first one's not set up right, don't even try the second one. Yeah. Fuck. I want my bean bags back. Hey, Gregory, if you send me some bean bags, I'll feature them in these WJF retro performance training videos. So I lost the other ones, I'm sorry. I hadn't juggled in 2 years. You misplace things that you don't use for 2 years. Yes. Ooh, almost went into a passing zone pretzel. You know, forget those connections. Those will be better next week. I got to do the connections into overheads and then the 360s and overheads, because I did do those in 2004. All right. Too narrow. And I know I'm tired right now and I should take a break because My muscles aren't strong enough to make accurate throws, but good enough. Sloppy. I'm gonna get one that I actually approve of. Nothing changes. Don't even think about a 360. Of course, don't talk while you're doing the 360. Ah. Ah. Oh, I'll take it. You know, some of you would have taken that too. I'm not the only one. Just to be done with it, I'll take it. Transition to 6x4 and overheads. This should be easy compared to, yeah. That's fairly good. Getting worse. Transitions in, out, in. Yeah. I don't know. That was okay. You know, there was the advanced version I did in the WJF presidency, 2008. That's still kind of retro. Maybe if I get good enough, I can do 2 retro routines. I can do a 2004 retro. If that goes well later on in the week, a 2008 retro. 5 up into 6x4 and overheads. See how easy things get if you just take a little break? Just talk a little bit more. I'm not doing that again. Okay, what else was there? Oh yeah, there was that weird ass 3-up multiplex out of one hand, 180. And then, I wish I didn't make this one up because I don't like it. I don't like the way they split. I have no idea which direction I'm turning. Back then I was turning to the left. And then they end up on the right. I'd love to take this one out, but you can't change history, and if you're doing a retro routine, you gotta be true to history. No, sir, I don't like it. There we go, something like that. Let's try the 3-up, 360. Sure, I'll take it. You know, I don't think I did 6 balls at all in my 2004 ball routine, but I think I did it in the 2008 routine, so in general, why would I just not work on 6 balls? About to say I still got that inside to outside technique down, but apparently not all the time. There, something like that. No. That's fine. That's fine. Oops. I'll take 18. I think that was 18. That's fine. Okay, 7 balls. I am going to predict that I do a flash and then 50 catches. And then I'm going to try a 5-up 360. That part came true. That part came true. 2/3 of my prediction has come true. Oh, if I had a beanbag, that would not have happened. Bounced out of my hand. And now it's all gonna go to shit. Because it made me tired. And my arms are heavy. No. If the first 14 throws are not perfect, I'm just going to stop. See? Told you. No. See, what that does is save your energy. You could spend 50 or 60 catches just trying to get the pattern set up right before you start the 360. If you don't have the first 14 throws set up right, then don't waste your energy. And if you do, then you can start the 5-up 360 a lot sooner. See? Could have taken me 30 throws to fix that. Oh, fuck. The problem isn't with the 360s. The problem is just with my basic 7-ball pattern. Because if the 7-ball pattern is perfect, the 5-up is really easy. That's crap. I called it. And that is my practice of April 9th, 2016. About 7 months before I have to perform my WJF retro routine at WJF 12 at SkillCon in Las Vegas, and we're done.